Welcome to the Integrated Impact. I am Imara Nat. Before we begin, the framing that makes everything in the series land, the institutional designer does not manage programs. They orchestrate the infrastructure that makes programs possible. And the first step towards that identity is the hardest, stopping the outsourcing of the uncomfortable parts of leadership. The budget is not finance problem. The data is not M&E's team. The people are not HR problem. Once you accept that, you stop being the program manager and become the integrator your organization actually needs. That then transformation starts. You're listening to the Impact brought to you by the Storycraft, and I am Imar Al-Maghrib. Let me ask you something uncomfortable. You designed a beautiful program, the logic model was pristine, the story and the theory of change was validated by three different stakeholders. The proposal scored in the top percentile and it failed. Not because of the design was wrong, because nobody managed the money, nobody coordinated the people, and nobody owned the data pipeline. The program was brilliant on paper and bankrupt in execution. Here's the truth that nobody in the sector wants to say out loud. Program design is only 25% of the win. If that's all what you bring to the table, you're not a program manager. You are a proposal writer with a fancy title. Today, we're going to dismantle that myth. We're going to rebuild what it actually means to lead program from the ground up. Welcome to episode 1, the 360 degrees manager. Let's name the problem clearly. The nonprofit sector created a dangerous model. The program manager who lives exclusively in the world of activities, outputs, and beneficiary engagement. This person can build a curriculum in their sleep. They can facilitate a community assessment within their eyes closed. They can write a monitoring framework that would make any evaluator weep with joy. But ask them to explain their burn rate, silence. Ask them how indirect costs are allocated across their subwords, confusion. And then ask them why their field coordinator quit last month. They did not even know that it happened. This is not incompetence. It's a systematic failure of how we train and promote people in the sector. I have watched programs with $50 million budget collapse, not because of the technical approach was flawed, but because the program manager treated finance as someone else's job. They treated HR as the admin team problem, and they treated data as something that M&E officer handles. And when the audit came, when the donor questions expenditures variance, when the field team imploded because of unresolved personal conflict, the PM was standing there like with a beautiful logic model and absolutely no answers. Here's what the sector does not teach you. A program is not a set of activities. A program is a financial instrument. It's a human capital deployment strategy. It is a data structure design. It's all of these things all together. And if you cannot hold all the 4 dimensions at once, you cannot lead. The organizations that understand this, the ones winning repeat funding, the ones scaling from 1 country to 12, They don't have better program designers, they have better integrated managers. And those are people who can sit in a budget review at 9 a.m., resolve a personal conflict at 10, review data quality audit at 11, and adjust implementation strategy by noon. That's the standard. And most people in this sector don't even know it exists. So let me give you the framework, or the one I call it the full stack PM model. Imagine four quadrants. Each one carries exactly 25% of your professional value. Quadrant 1, program design and technical strategy. This is where most PMs lives, and it's important. Your theory of change, your activity sequencing, your stakeholder engagement approach, this matters. But it's 1/4 of the picture. Quadrant 2, financial stewardship. This is not checking the budget. This is understanding cost allocation methodology. This is knowing why your indirect cost rate is set at the level it is. This is being able to read pipeline analysis and predict a funding gap 3 months before it becomes a crisis. Underfunding, you are responsible to ensure costs are allocable, reasonable, and consistently treated. If you cannot articulate what those four words mean in particular, you have a gap. Quadrant 3, human capital coordination. Your program is only as strong as people delivering it. That means you own retention strategy, you own performance management integration, and you own relationships between your full team and headquarters. When your key personnel close in the word says specific individual must lead the program, and that person burns out because nobody managed the organizational dynamics, that's your failure, not HR failure, it is yours. Quadrant 4, data and reporting architect. This is about collecting data. This is about designing the systems by which data flows from the field to the donor report to the board presentation. It means you understand indicator methodology, you understand data quality assurance protocols, and you understand how single data point in quarterly report connects to 60 million funding decision. Now, here is a critical insight. These four quadrants are not separate disciplines you manage independently. They are interconnected. A budget decision affects personnel capacity. A personnel gap affects data collection. A data gap affects your ability to demonstrate impact, and your program design, no matter how elegant, means nothing. The diagnostic is simple. Rate yourself 1 through 10 in each quadrant. Be honest. If any quadrants falls below 6, that's where your program is most likely to fail. Not in the quadrant where you score 9, in the one that you have been ignoring. Your 90-day plan starts within the lowest score. 1 hour per week dedicated to building fluency in the domain. Read your organization indirect cost rate agreement. Sit in the next HR performance collaboration meeting. Ask your M&E team to walk you through the data pipeline end to end. Within 90 days, you won't be an expert, but you will be dangerous. You will be the person in the room who connects with everyone else, treats as separate conversation, and that person is the integrated. That's the one who gets promoted every single time. Here's what I want you to walk away with today. If you are a hiring manager, stop looking for program managers who have only technical decision skills. Start screening for budget literacy, personnel management acumen, data architect thinking. Your next great hire isn't the person with the most impressive logic model. It is the person who can explain how their budget allocation strategy directly enabled their program outcome. If you are a program manager listening to this, stop outsourcing the parts of your job that feels uncomfortable. The budget is not the finance team's problem. The data is not M&E team's problem. And the people are not HR problem. They are all your problem. And once you accept that, you become irreplaceable. I am Imad Al Naib, and this is a Storycraft. If this framework resonates, share it with one of colleague who needs to hear it. And join me within the next episodes where we go deep into the budget, not as a spreadsheet, but as the blueprint for everything your program will become. Until then, lead integrated, lead complete, lead like a 360 degrees manager. You've been listening to the Integrated Impact. This is the Storycraft, and this is Iman. Have a good day.